Hello and welcome to the Often Partisan video podcast, filmed as you can see in a moderately sunny kitchen here in Kingshurst. I thought I'd do a quick video. I'm off to Hong Kong in a couple of weeks just to outline where we're at, why we're going, why I'm going, and maybe explain a little bit of why I've seen so tetchy of late about the team. So first of all, the tetchiness. I'm not going to lie to you, the Brighton result really annoyed me. I'll be honest, wasn't really feeling up to the game before the game, and I came out mad. And I wrote my match report as soon as I got home, mad, which I don't normally do. But I wanted to get out the emotion that I felt at the time. And I think where people have got me wrong is they think I was mad because I hate Rowett or I hate Blues or I'm a doom monger. It's not the truth. I was mad because I was frustrated. Frustrated because I know the team are capable of better. I know the players are capable of better, and I think Rowett is too. And I think Rowett must have realised this. I'm sure he must have. I think he must have given them a rollicking because there's no way he told the players to play like that. So on Saturday we beat Reading 2-0. I wasn't at that game. I don't really get to many away games, so I can't really talk about it. But pleased with Donaldson for scoring a goal. I think he really needed that. I think he needed the boost to his confidence that'll provide. I was glad to see Shotton at centre back. I'd like to see more of that. Shotton said that he wants to stay at Blues. I think he's got real talent. He's not really shown it in a blue shirt, but because he's tall and he's young, he might have more to offer us than Spector and Robinson, I think. So I'd like to see that continued. I was interested to see Legzdins in goal as well. Clean sheet for him, first league start, only 11 years after he first signed for the club, so good for him as well. I don't think he'll push Thomas Kruschak out permanently, but you never know. It's good for him anyway. So Rowett said he wanted to experiment, and one of the things that was interesting was he never used neither Torrell nor Fabrini in the team. He left them out. He played. It depends who you talk to. This is why I don't comment on games. I thought it was a 4-3-3, but according to people there, it was more of a 4-1-4-1. And I don't know. I get the impression that we have to play a certain way to fit Fabrini into our team, and at the moment, it's not working for us. We can't play him wide. We cannot play Torrell wide, and I hope on Tuesday night against Leeds, Rowett goes through the similar sort of plan. He continues to look at what options he's got, pace, direct, the sort of things that we've built our success on before. Because I don't think playing it on the deck the Arsenal way is really doing it for us. It's a shame because it's nicer looking football, but we're not a possession-based team. I think people need to understand I'm tetchy as well because I see parallels. 2011-2012, Chris Hughton managed Blues. It was a wonderful season. We went to Europe, everyone had a great time, 62 games, over 100 goals, loads of attacking football, loads of exciting football, but we fell at the final hurdle. And then Hughton left to go to Norwich. I think Hughton saw that things were only ever going to get worse, and that, like all managers do, leave while he starts high. So he did. He went to Norwich. No, I have no qualms with that. And again, I would have no qualms with Rowett doing the same thing, and I think he might. Because I don't think next season's going to be as great as this season has been. I don't think, I'll tell you what I know, and I'll tell you what I've extrapolated from that. What we know is this season, Trillion Trophy Asia had to put in £10 million, not to invest in the club, but to basically keep it afloat, to ensure that it didn't go bankrupt, or into administration, whatever. On March 1st, Birmingham City have to provide to the Football League evidence that they can fulfil their fixtures next year. Every Championship club has to do that. And to do that, we would have had to show that Trillion Trophy Asia was willing to put up a sum of money to get us through next season, which I can tell you now would be a similar sort of amount because nothing's really going to have changed. There's going to be no extra revenue from broadcasting because we're not going up. So yeah, we need another 10 million quid. And I can't see how that is going to translate to Blues investing anything more in the team. We're going to be basically where we are right now, and we're going to have to build with what we've got. So I can see Rowett thinking, well, this is going to be ever diminishing returns. I'm only as good as my last few games. I need to go while my stock's high. I wouldn't blame him for that. I really wouldn't blame. I could see him going to a club like Derby. I could see him going to a lower Premier League team even. I think he's good enough. So you got to look at this as kind of, is us not getting into the playoffs a missed opportunity? Because next year's going to be a lot harder. But that's me being a bit gloomy. If you really want gloomy, if things carry on as they are, we could end up towards the end of next season. 20 million for Trillion Trophy Asia, which is got to be what the club's worth, maybe more than what the club's worth, all secured on the ground and all the other assets the club has, i.e. season ticket sales and that sort of thing, and we're no further along. People saying, oh yeah, good times around the corner, CTA going to sort us out. I've heard nothing that's convinced me that that is the truth. Yeah, this EGM is supposed to happen. I was hoping it would happen before the end of the season. In truth, I was hoping it would happen while I was out in Hong Kong, but that is not going to happen. If it happens, the stocks are relisting something great, but TTA, again, I'll repeat what I've heard. They're going to look to pump the club on, which means a bit longer of uncertainty, a bit longer without real investment maybe, I don't know. But it's this uncertainty I don't like. And this is it, I don't want to be the voice of doom. I do not like being gloomy, but I have to be a realist, I have to be honest. And the only way I can be honest is to say, well look, you've got to think commercially about these sort of things. And if we're not going to go up this year, then next year is going to be harder because you're going to have teams with a lot more money come down from the Premier League. Teams with maybe, if Newcastle and Sunderland come down, teams with huge stadiums and huge budgets, even if they don't have the parachute payments. So, it's going to be a lot harder for us. But c'est la vie, that's the way it goes, I guess. So, to recap, Hong Kong in 2 weeks. I'm going out to try and find the man behind Trillion Trophy Asia, Paul Soon Cho Hong. Maybe find out who he is. There's never been a photograph of him in the press. Find out what his intentions are. Find out what kind of money he's got. Find out who's backing him, because we don't know any of these questions. And I always think that information is the only power we can have. Information enables us to understand what's going on and to make an informed decision. So, there you go. Anyway, you have any questions, email me, almajir@aftonpartisan.co.uk. You can catch me on Twitter, @afton_partisan, on Facebook, facebook.com/aftonpartisan. And before I go to Hong Kong, I will be sorting out Instagram and Snapchat as well, I think. We'll see. Anyway, till next time, keep right on.